Hey everyone, Dan Dog Crypto. As we can see today in the markets, Bitcoin has had a rally, but remember this is that short squeeze. And what's happened is either recovery, but 23,000, creating a bullish scenario. As I've been stating, money is in this market. Its wealth is not scarce. It's just transferring. Bitcoin revolutionized the peer-to-peer, the double spend. Very important. But the Bitcoin mining, what it presents for industries, future industries, mining capacity from coal, clean energy, to turn these producers into productivity, but also creating a profit, creating energy. So Bitcoin is much more than just a cryptocurrency. It's the center, it's the nucleus, it's the hub. And then Ethereum, with the smart contracts, allows us to program, becoming programmable money. We're living in a evolution, a transformation of this whole financial system. And there's going to be many winners. We're in a time in this 21st century where, like even barons, as they state, we're living in a paradigm shift. And in the turn of the century, we had farmland, the 19th century capital, factories, machinery, government bonds, real estate, stocks. And now, as you remember, the internet, as it evolved, you had the dial-up. So it states, and it's talking about, it was just used for communications. It had no value until things attached to it. Crypto is a global paradigm shift. So it's becoming the new internet of banking services. So all things will operate. That's the Web3. That's how early we are with cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin started the evolution. And as it evolves, more and more will be built on it. DeFi is the financial system that actually creates a yield. So that's how important being early and understanding decentralized finance. But this whole cryptocurrency market, as we say, what is the actual value of this market? And what happens, it's still a very small market based on its whole market cap, because $1 trillion plus. But when we look at one Microsoft, one stock has more of a micro cap of this whole cryptocurrency. That's why when I state that the cryptocurrency market is running correlated, because money is entering into the space, has entered into the space, will find a home, and there's all this building that is happening. But Web3, the Internet of Things, is transforming everything, which will be identity. Everything is going to have an identity, and where you can actually own your own asset and have possession of it. Bitcoin started the revolution. Ethereum poised to be able to write smart contracts. Now the next evolution is being able to generate a yield. And that is where we have to take a look at an early opportunity, which is PZEN. It's a Web3 socially engineered token. But PZEN creates a continuous compounding time value of money. without any limits on how often the compounding continuous cycle can occur. It can occur infinite times because it means the balance is always earning interest at all times. That's how powerful PZEN is. When we take a look at PZEN and we look at how it distributes, the 2% pay it forward redistribution, that is a continuous compounding. A payout occurs per transaction. So the 2% gets redistributed to a pool, and all the holders now will benefit from this redistribution. We have a burn that occurs, so PZEN is deflationary. So with each interaction, PZEN will reduce the supply because the code naturally reduces the amount of PZEN, creating a burn. So PZEN, early in the journey of PZEN, where you have a unique opportunity to explore the possibilities of a Web3, where we have a pay it forward, which creates a fair distribution. But what also happens, it's an anti-whale function that allows fair distribution for anyone to dollar cost average. Remember what I'm saying, information has value. The value of information. You share the opportunity. Why? Because it's early. PZEN, as more eyes start to see PZEN and understand the eighth wonder, which Warren Buffett speaks about, is the power of compounding interest. But the difference between compounding interest and a compounding cycle, well, the compounding interest typically is calculated added to a principal at an interval, whether it be annual, weekly, continuous. Compounding is a whole nother nature because it continually adds. It's not on a monthly cycle, it's not on a weekly cycle, it's not on a daily cycle, it's on a transaction occurrence. So that 2% redistribution, which truly becomes a wealth redistribution economy that all who interact will benefit. And it's a deflationary economy. So you're reducing the supply with each interaction. And there's that charity. So also there will be a DAO that will support the charity that all the holders that cooperatively own PZEN will be able to vote. PZEN is definitely this early opportunity. Do your homework, but definitely look closely at the opportunity that PZEN presents. It's early in the journey. The volume that is occurring is modest, but that is an anti-whale function. So naturally, it gives everyone an opportunity to accumulate. And as we share the benefits and understand the power of a wealth redistribution system, pay it forward, and the benefits of a continuous compounding that occurs on an infinite number of times, which means your balance, the percentage of ownership of your PZEN, you're holding it in your decentralized wallet, no staking, no lockup. Once you interact with PZEN, you will receive more PZEN. Your yield is all determined by the amount of PZEN tokens that you hold. And as an interaction occurs, you will receive more PZEN, increasing your yield. So the yield, the compounding yield, continually goes up. It increases on each interaction. Very powerful. Take a close look at PZEN, but I definitely believe PulseZen is this evolution in this whole economic economy, because there's truly no shortage of wealth.